Have you ever faced a problem that seemed impossible to overcome? A wall so high, so thick, that you just couldn't see a way through? Well, today we're diving into a story about a wall like that, a literal one, and how it came tumbling down in the most unexpected way. This is the story of Joshua and the Battle of Jericho. After 40 long years of wandering in the desert, the Israelites were finally on the brink of entering the Promised Land. Their legendary leader, Moses, had passed away, and the mantle of leadership fell to his trusted successor, Joshua. God had given Joshua a clear promise: I will give you every place where you set your foot. But right in front of them stood their first major obstacle, the city of Jericho. Jericho wasn't just any city, it was a fortress, protected by massive, imposing walls. Archaeologists today believe it had two sets of walls, an outer one and an inner one, making it seem virtually impenetrable. From a military standpoint, a direct assault would have been a nightmare, likely resulting in massive casualties for the Israelites, who were more of a nomadic people than a trained army. So what was Joshua's plan? This is where the story takes a fascinating turn. Joshua didn't consult with his generals to devise a complex military strategy. Instead, he turned to God for instructions, and the instructions he received were, to put it mildly, unconventional. God told Joshua, march around the city once with all your armed men. Do this for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry trumpets of ram horns in front of the ark on the 7th day. March around the city 7 times, with the priests blowing the trumpets. When they make a long blast on the ram horn, have all the people give a loud shout. Then the wall of the city will collapse. Can you imagine being one of the Israelite soldiers hearing this plan? Marching in circles, blowing horns, shouting. It must have sounded completely absurd. Their enemies inside Jericho were probably watching from the walls, confused, maybe even mocking them. For 6 days, the Israelites followed the instructions precisely. They marched in silence, once a day, with only the sound of the priest's trumpet breaking the quiet. This required immense discipline, faith, and patience. They had to trust that the strange plan wasn't just a waste of time. Then came the 7th day. The tension must have been incredible. They rose at dawn and began to march. Not just once, but 7 times, 7 laps around the city. The priests blew their trumpets, the Ark of the Covenant was carried, and the people remained silent, their anticipation building with every step. After the 7th lap, Joshua gave the command. The priests sounded one long, final blast on their horns, and then Joshua yelled, shout, for the Lord has given you the city. At that moment, a massive shout erupted from the entire nation of Israel. Then, just as God had promised, the mighty walls of Jericho crumbled and fell flat. The impossible barrier was gone. The Israelites were able to charge straight in and capture the city, marking their first major victory in the Promised Land. The story of Jericho isn't just about ancient warfare. It's a powerful lesson about faith, obedience, and thinking outside the box. It teaches us that sometimes the biggest obstacles in our lives aren't conquered by our own strength or conventional wisdom. Sometimes the solution comes from a place of trust and following a path that might not make sense to anyone else. It's a reminder that when we face our own walls, whether they are challenges in our career, relationships, or personal growth, maybe the answer isn't to try and break them down with brute force. Maybe it's to listen, to be patient, and to have faith in a plan greater than our own. What walls are you facing in your life right now? Let me know in the comments below. It's always inspiring to see how we can support each other. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content just like this. See you in the next video.